Hey guys, Ian Gallagher, aka DJ IBG here. Today I'm going to show you how to make this synth sound, which uses two instances of Ableton's analog synth. It's a really big and loud analog synth rack, perfect for trance, trap, or hip-hop leads. So without further ado, let's make something epic. Alright, so here we have a default instance of analog. Let's first change this first oscillator from a sawtooth to a square wave. Notice how all of a sudden this pulse width area lit up. We can only get this option when we select the rectangle wave actually. And what this allows us to do is change the size of the pulse of the waveform, and this is in and of itself a very powerful sound design technique. But if we take it one step further, we can modulate it, and it's even more powerful. Let's turn on LFO 1. Then crank this slider. And now the LFO is moving the width of our waveform around for us. So the possibilities here are endless, but I want to decide on something that's kind of subtle, not too crazy. It's all going to add up to a great sound in the end. So let's do 0.67 here, and an LFO around 0.9 hertz. LFO on, off. Then I'm going to turn on the sync here and just put it up around 14 or so. Just going to give us even more movement in our sound. Yeah, now let's do the same idea for oscillator 2 with slightly different settings. We can put the pulse width around 85%. LFO 2 around 0.6. Definitely feel free to play around with this, but let's try LFO 2's rate at around maybe an eighth note. And then let's detune oscillator 2 a little bit. And finally, a tiny amount of noise, and we're going to be good to go with this analog. Again, feel free to adjust this to taste. All right, let's group this analog to an instrument rack. Then we're going to drop in another analog. Now on the second analog, I'm going to put in some more pulse width modulation settings, but I'm going to skip ahead for the sake of time. Okay, so our oscillators are all set. Let's kick this into high gear with some unison. And a touch of vibrato. We just want to dial in a little bit here, not too much. And lastly, we're going to put in a low-pass filter. $1,000 or so. And and quite a bit of resonance. And a pretty short decay time. All right, let's put them together and mix analog 2 in with analog 1. To fill this sound out, I added a number of effects that I macro mapped to the top of the rack. First, chorus for a little more detuning character. Then filter delay for some more width. Then reverb to put the sound in a particular space. And finally EQ to add some real bite to the sound. Then there's an auto filter here at the end, which I macro map to the top. And I think what we have here is a really versatile instrument wherever evil synths are needed. There you go, snatch up this free preset in the vault area of Warp Academy. Take care.